Hey, what's going on, you guys? OldSchoolZerker here, and I wanted to talk about today's recent dev blog on June 5th, 2013, and it is titled Dev Blog Dom Onion Tower. And the reason I wanted to talk about this dev blog is because basically what it talks about is the very first brand new content that Jagex is going to be adding to Old School RuneScape and only Old School RuneScape. They're going to be making a brand new content just for Old School RuneScape. And this is really exciting because this could potentially revolutionize the game as we know it and could actually bring its popularity back. And it's not what the Dom Onion Tower is. That's just what they're calling it right now. We will be able to vote on different names later down the road if it even passes to get in the game. But basically, it's nothing like completely new. Basically, they're just copying the Dominion Tower. If you guys played in pre-EOC, or I guess it is still in EOC, if you guys have ever done the Dominion Tower, that's basically what they're going to be adding to Old School. And I think this is a really awesome idea because PVM is very scarce in Old School, and I'm glad Jagex realized that. PVM just isn't really, it's not there. Like, it's not here in Old School, and it really, the whole PVM community, I've said it before, did not start up until God Wars Dungeon came out. And bring me, let me do this real quick, you guys. Okay, so what's an Old School RuneScape video without having a random in it? Am I right? Anyways, I should forewarn you guys before I get too far into the video. There's nothing that needs to be watched in this video. I'm just here smithing some iron knives because I recently did get 60 mining and I actually banked all my iron and I'm turning them into iron knives so I can go for a fire cape. So that's all I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm just going to be talking about the Dom Onion Tower, so there's no need to watch the video. Just sit back and listen and train or whatever you want to do while watching videos like this. But anyways, as I was saying, the Dom Onion Tower is basically going to be pretty much a copy of the Dominion Tower. What it is this tower that they're currently wanting to locate outside of Yanile. And basically what you can do is you can go in and fight quest monsters, or quest bosses, I should say. And to fight these bosses, you have to have completed the quests that you fight those bosses in. If you have not completed the quests, say, such as Horror from the Deep, that has the Dagonoth Mother. I think everybody knows about that boss because who doesn't do Horror from the Deep? That's like one of the most common quests on this game. Like peers can do it, anybody can do it. It's a really good quest to do. And if you have not completed that quest yet, you can't fight the Dagonoth Mother in the Dom Onion Tower. And you guys may be wondering, what's so special about this minigame here? Like, why would we bother doing it? Well, they're going to be giving rewards out for defeating bosses, and, you know, you're going to be getting rewarded. It's not just something to go and do for fun. You will actually be getting rewarded and hopefully make a decent amount of profit from it. And just to kind of give a little backstory of it, they started off on the dev blog here giving a little backstory of it, basically talking about a guy by the name of Dominic Onion who grew up on Lunar Isle. And he talked about leaving, oh my god, I can't talk, Lunar Isle to go to Yanile, and I don't know, I guess he started up this tower, some shit like that. I don't get too much into the backstory and lore of RuneScape, but that's pretty much the main guy to look out for is Dominic Onion. And yeah, that's pretty much how this whole Dom Onion Tower got started up, and that's pretty much what Jagex decided the story to be on. It's kind of cheesy, but you know, whatever. It is Jagex, and it is RuneScape. So, given a little overview here, there are going to be 3 modes that you can do in this Dom Onion Tower. The first one being practice mode, then there's endurance, and then there's rumble mode. And in these modes, different modes give you different rewards. In practice mode, it's simply what it says. It's practice. You don't risk anything, and you don't reap any reward. So, you know, practice is like it says. It's just practice. You don't get anything out of it except for practice if you felt like you needed to. Also, I should say that this is going to be a safe minigame. You will not lose anything when you die here. And Jagex actually took in people's mentions about how we shouldn't be rewarded unless we are actually risking something. And the players, a majority of the players, I should say, wanted the minigame to stay safe, but in order to have a risk, it'll be charging you a fee to enter the Dom Onion Tower under Endurance or Rumble mode. And once you pay the fee, that's when you can get the rewards. So endurance mode is just a solo only mode, and you do get rewards from it. It does cost a fee, and there is a hard mode option. And that's probably the first thing that's going to have a hard mode option within Old School RuneScape. And basically a hard mode option, if you guys don't know what that is, basically it buffs the bosses to make them even harder. It's what it says. It's a hard mode. So the bosses just simply become harder. I'm assuming that if you do hard mode and actually get points through it, maybe you get more points per boss you kill, or you get better rewards through doing hard mode. I'm hoping that by doing hard mode, you actually get rewarded greater by doing that rather than just the normal mode. Otherwise, there's really going to be no incentive on doing hard mode except for bragging rights maybe, but nobody really will care about that honestly. So I hope they give more rewards for people that actually complete the hard mode. And basically the description for endurance is, it says each monster is spawned in turn, one at a time. Dominic challenges you to defeat them all without leaving. So basically you just pretty much go as long as you can without leaving, and every boss you kill, I'm assuming you get more reward points, is what they're calling them right now. They're just calling them reward points. I'm assuming you get reward points by every boss monster you defeat, and then you can then turn those points in for rewards. And the last type of way you can go into the Dom Onion Tower is Rumble mode, and this one has random monsters that are spawned simultaneously to attack you. And if you don't know what simultaneously means, that means at the same time. They're going to be spawning at the same time, and you have to fight them all off with them all attacking you. Now the cool thing with this mode is that you can go in there with friends, so you don't have to ride solo on this, and you can work with your friends to get rewards and help each other out. So that's another really cool feature I think they added to this. That's the only one that you can do friends with. Endurance and practice mode, you can't invite friends to do it with you. It's only Rumble mode, and Rumble mode does give rewards. It does cost a fee, and it does have a hard mode option. So all in all, right now it's sounding really cool. I think PVM needed a definite boost in Old School, because a lot of the mains just don't really have anything to do besides Slayer. And then, you know, once they reach their goal of like 85 Slayer, which is what most people are going, some people are actually going for 90, then they're just kind of like, well, what the fuck do I do now? There's nothing else to do. So I'm glad they're adding this. It gives, you know, mains more stuff to do, because I feel like, let's be honest right now, Old School, this server right here is pretty much a PKing server. That's really all it's for, is PKing, and mains needed a lot more shit to do to actually stay entertained in the game. Now getting on to the rewards, which is probably what everybody was really concerned about. The rewards kind of surprised me a little bit. The base rewards that you can get if we do vote this Dom Onion Tower to be a part of the game, we will have an option to vote on some of these rewards, but they do have ones that are going to be in the game as rewards no matter what, and that would be consumable potions that boost stats but only inside the minigame, snape grass, flax, elemental runes, pure essence, super compost potions, and others. Mainly just secondary ingredients and some like just a bunch of like mass collectible stuff, which is really weird. I've never seen a minigame that gave all of those things as a reward, and I'm kind of wondering how that's going to affect the game with those rewards. I mean, there's already enough bots that is bringing enough of those into the game, but this makes me curious as to whether or not they got some like bot nuke coming up, because I don't think they ever really initiated that bot nuke that they were talking about at the launch of this server. I don't remember them ever like bringing that into the game. So hopefully they're planning on bringing that into the game and getting rid of a lot of bots. And so maybe they're just kind of giving those rewards as like a way to even out the prices. Because if they let's think here. If we get rid of bots, all of those things, flax, snape grass, pure essence, all of those resources are going to skyrocket like insane. If bots got taken out of this game, the prices on that shit would just absolutely skyrocket like to unbelievable levels, because nobody, I mean, it would even out, I guess, because if they were worth more, then it would give more real players the like incentive to go do it. but for a while there, they really would skyrocket. So this is probably maybe a way to help even out, like kind of even out the supply and the demand a little bit, because if we do get rid of bots, the supply is going to be very low and the demand is going to be very high, which means that the prices are going to be super high. So this is just another way for, like, I guess, mains to get these sort of items into the game without actually doing it. Kind of like as rewarding, like, people that actually took the time, made their guy stronger, a more efficient way to collect these sort of ingredients and items in the game without actually doing the tedious low-level work, I guess I could say. And they have 4 other awards that we will be able to vote on in a separate question, which is good. 2 of them, they're actually planning on bringing 2 different... okay, let me reword this. They're actually planning on bringing a level 50 melee, range, and magic armor set into the game. And that consists of a helm, body, legs, gloves, and boots, like the whole thing. And they're also planning on bringing a level 65 melee, ranged, and magic armor set consisting of the same items. And I'm not too sure. I'm not how... Excuse me. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because it says here they will be tradable and they will degrade. And the only way to recharge them, I think, is by spending reward points from the Dom Onion Tower. So you do have to keep doing this tower if you have that armor set and want to keep using it. Who knows how good they're going to be, but I'm not too sure how I feel about bringing new armor into the game. I mean, that's armor that neither EOC nor Old School has seen before, so it's completely brand new. And I kind of wish they would have given us more information about that, but I guess we'll see how everybody feels whenever the poll comes out. Now, we will be able to vote on those separately from the Dom Onion Tower. Like, we can vote the Dom Onion Tower in, but we could also vote no for these new armor sets. So that's good. And the 2 other things, the 2 other rewards, rather, that we will be able to vote on is basically just 2 teleport methods. One is teleport scrolls that take you to any runecrafting altar, and the other is teleport scrolls that take you to any player-owned house portal. So I would vote for those scrolls. I don't see how those could affect the game that much. It just makes the game a little bit more convenient. Maybe people don't want that. I mean, I think they sound alright. I'll probably vote for the teleports to come into the game, but I'm not exactly sure about this armor yet. I would like to learn a little bit more about it before I say for sure. But yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it. And that's all the rewards that they have listed right now from the Dom Onion Tower. And also, we will be able to vote, like I said earlier, on the location and what the minigame is going to be called. Right now, they're just calling it the Dom Onion Tower, and the default location is going to be outside of Denial. But we can vote to change the name and location when they have the content poll. Now, an interesting thing that they also stated is they mentioned God Wars Dungeon in this dev blog too, basically stating that this is just something that they could release before God Wars Dungeon to kind of like keep us a little entertained. They said right now, God Wars Dungeon, they don't have the tools basically to create God Wars Dungeon. I guess they have an unfinished version archived somewhere, but there is a lot of bugs, and I guess it's, like I said, it's unfinished, and they don't have the tools currently to finish that up. So whether or not we vote yes or no for this Dom Onion Tower to come into the game, it's not going to speed up or slow down the process of adding God Wars Dungeon into the game at all. Well, we're probably going to be able to vote on it, but it's nice. It's a nice confirmation to know that Jagex is actually planning on getting the tools to finish God Wars Dungeon and probably having a poll on God Wars Dungeon. So that's pretty much confirmed, and that's nice to know that God Wars Dungeon could potentially be added into the future. They just don't currently have the tools, but I think they are working on getting those, so that's really awesome. And a quick thing I wanted to talk about here at the end of the video. At the bottom of the dev blog, They talked about other poll questions that they will be having in the next content poll, and basically the first one being a right-click option will be added to chat messages for all players. I'm guessing that means that you can like right-click on the person in the chat box and report them. I'm not exactly sure. That's what I interpreted from it. The next one is characters like Bob, who repair Barrow's kits, would offer to repair all your damaged kit in a single transaction. Meaning that, say you have a full set of Guthans that's degraded to 25%, and rather than going through all 4 pieces one by one to Bob, he can just actually repair them all in one go for you, so that's a little bit more convenience for us. And the third one is basically the same thing, except for crystal shields and crystal bows. If you have multiple, or actually, no, I'm sorry, not the crystal shields and crystal bows, the teleport crystals from the elf place that teleport you to Ledia, I believe the city is. You can recharge all of those in one go as well, rather than going one by one. And this next one, the fourth one, I'm definitely voting yes for. It says the Herbalist and Narda will combine potion vials into 4-dose vials, including banknoted vials. And we fucking needed that so bad, because decanting potions on your own takes so long. The 4-dose potions don't cost any more than 3-dose. Well, they do, but the price per dose doesn't change between 3 and 4-dose, so it's not going to affect the market at all. It's just going to be nice to actually be able to buy 4-dose potions rather than having to buy the 3-dose potions and sitting there for like 10, 20, maybe hours decanting them yourself. So basically, we'll be able to go to Narda and have them all decanted for us automatically, whether they are noted or not. And I'm definitely voting yes for that. And I don't see why anybody would vote no for that. And the last one is very weird. I'm not sure how people are going to vote for this one. It says the amount of rare items spawning on each world should be increased to 2 rather than 1. Which, in case you guys don't know, right now, obviously, scythes are spawning in every world, but there's only 1 spawn in each world at a time. So what this is saying is that people want the spawn to be increased to 2 per world. So I'm not exactly sure how I feel on that. I feel like that one's probably going to be a 50-50. I doubt that one will pass. I'm not exactly sure how I feel on that one. But I look forward to this content poll. It's really awesome that they're actually developing a brand new thing to add to Old School and not EOC. Like, we're specifically getting this Dom Onion Tower update, nobody else. And I think that's really cool that they're actually developing brand new content for Old School. Granted, you know, it's not completely brand new. It's kind of a copy of Dominion Tower, but it is different than Dominion Tower. So it's basically brand new, and it's the first one that they will be adding to Old School. So hopefully they have more cool updates like this, and it's really awesome that they're having a content poll on this. So if, you know, they're mentioning this to us and say they are like, ask us if we want Dragon Claws into this, you know, we could say no. It's really awesome. So thank you guys for listening to this 20-minute video about the dev blog. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do that. And also, if you guys want to view the full dev blog, the link will be in the description below. You can click on that and read all through it yourself just to make sure you don't miss anything. And I will see you guys later.
Yeah, we taking over the game.